Good morning. Welcome to Bazaar Morning Call. I'm Lata with Niyar Surabhi and Sonia joining from home. We are all very happy. We're happy it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. The business note is also very positive. The handover from Asia, or rather the cues from Asia, are pretty positive if you compare them to the handover from Wall Street and Europe. Both those were weighed down by stimulus package and Brexit news. But although Brexit remains unresolved, Asia is just charging ahead. No problems at all, especially Kospi, a market which we sometimes follow, is up almost 1%. So the handover cues are positive, and whatever fall we saw in Wall Street, we probably presaged yesterday itself. So bulls quite clearly in pole position. And maybe yesterday's low was what, 13,400, a previous low was 1339. So we should see that kind of a dip as a stop loss for most people. Not that you're really going to get that kind of a dip, because yesterday, after the dip to 13,400, the market has ended at 13,478. So it was a serious pullback that the market already saw in the last hour of trading after the weekly expiry. So, maybe 13,550 is, the recent high, all-time high that we have. To be precise, 13,548. That could be a bit of a resistance. We will see, but it looks like the market's settling between those two, 13,350, 13,550. The worry, I think, crude. Crude has now reached over 50. But my sense is the market may postpone worrying about crude for now and worry about it on Monday or Tuesday, because that's the day our CPI numbers come out. They are not expected to look good. They will be above 7% for the month of November. And if crude continues above that $50 mark, with prices of semiconductors, cars, iron, steel, everything rising, it may not be a worry that we can push under the carpet for too long. But my sense is the market won't worry about it today. They'll worry about it next week. So today, all green. Sonia, what have you got on your plate?
Well, I think the biggest positive that you just mentioned a while back, Lata, good morning, Surabhi morning, is that yesterday, despite everything, the market held on to the lows of 13,400 and had a huge bounce back from there. And there was plenty of buy on dips. I mean, in closing bell itself, we were recounting what kind of, stocks on up move. There was a huge up move in FMCG names, everything, ITC, HUL, Britannia, the works, Marico, Dabur. In fact, there was high delivery volumes as well in names like ITC, 500 crores of delivery volumes there. Once again, banks came back on the radar. You had 400 crores of delivery volumes in Kotak Mahindra Bank. So yes, there could perhaps be consolidation with a negative bias, but every dip is getting bought and we shouldn't lose sight of that. Also in the month of December so far, the track record has been solid. The Nifty, Sensex and the mid-cap index are up in excess of 4%. So, let's see what happens in trade today. Given that it's a weekend, perhaps the long positions could be squared off. You never know. But there is still buy on dips happening across the mid-cap space. Surabhi, morning. What are you picking up in terms of cues today?
Sonia, morning to you, morning to Lata. Let me take off exactly from that point, right? You mentioned that we're up just about 4% for the month gone by. But this is a December party, and it's a party, running on strong, solid flows. So look at what the rest of the world has done. If we think 4% is big, look at the other emerging markets, Brazil, Russia, 9.5%, 5-6%. The Kospi, which is not really an undiscovered market, it's a pretty deep market. That itself is up about 7%. If you look at the emerging market index as a whole, the MSCI EM, almost 7% there. Contrast that to the Dow. So we know that, the party extended on to EMs, a lot of Asian markets as well. So now talking about the source of it, obviously we're looking at liquidity. If anything, we got yet another positive message yesterday. Now look at what the ECB is doing. They have this pandemic relief purchase program, and they've added 500 billion euros to the party. So no central bank is willing to shut the music off, at least as yet. And perhaps we might get these pauses and some profit taking. Yesterday's excuse being that obviously they're taking longer on this US stimulus. So perhaps some profit taking obviously will keep happening, but there seems to be way too much money waiting on the sidelines to gush in, which explains how our dips are also getting bought. The dollar index, by the way, we were discussing the worry yesterday. Today, even that's not a worry. This Friday, it's back below the 91 level, Lata.
Actually, you put your finger on the most important point. Central bankers are only increasing that flow of the tap. By no means waiting to decrease it, and they'll be adding fiscal stimulus from the US as well to it. So markets ain't, receding anytime soon. It is going to be a liquidity-fueled rally. Perhaps the only market in the world which has to worry about inflation is us. Elsewhere, because of the poor growth and the excessive, capacity, unutilized capacity, inflation is not a worry. In India, because of supply shortages, and perhaps, in our case, liquidity maybe is also creating problems of higher prices for food. Fuel taxes are very high, and that is, Sonal had an excellent link yesterday explaining that the percentage of taxes is over 60% in the price of petrol. So all this is adding to inflation. Let us see if that becomes a problem. But as I want to reiterate, I don't think that's going to be the worry today. That worry would be postponed in all probability for next week, if at all. With that preface from all of us, let me get you the veteran equity opinion of the morning. It comes from Mahesh Nandurkar of Jefferies. Nandurkar says their micro strategy team highlighted that Indian stocks with good ESG scores, environment, social and governance scores, outperformed by 47 percentage points since 2011. A few companies, he adds, fall into the ESG misunderstood category too. ITC is among the highest rated firms globally on its ESG practices, and highlighted how its agri-outreach practices have helped 4 million farmers boost productivity. NTPC defended its ESG practices and said its efforts at carbon mitigation, portfolio shift to renewables and community practices will yield dividends. So he's probably pointing out to these as potential outperformance.
It's fantastic. The way in which ESG is now becoming center stage is no longer one exotic strategy that few managers around the world are deploying. It's becoming all important. On that note, let's move to the money market views, and we have a call coming in on the rupee from Bhaskar Panda of HDFC Bank. He says global markets worry over a possible US package and surging COVID-19 cases. The USD INR pair seems to be falling into a range and without any event may continue to trade in a range for today. He expects the pair to trade in a band of 73.65 to 73.85 against the dollar.
Okay, and on the bonds, Bhaskar Panda says the Indian bond yields have adjusted to the current range after the last MPC announcements. I don't see much change there, as I expect the benchmark 10-year yield to trade within 5.84 to 5.86% range for today. That's what Bhaskar Panda says for the bond market.
Okay, and with that, let's go across to Mangalam and look at the world view. World slightly unhappy with the lack of stimulus.
Well, Wall Street is slightly skittish and, perhaps for the first weekly loss in 3 is what we're staring at right now for all the major indices on Wall Street itself. And the reason for that is pretty clear. There has been a fair amount of uncertainty over the stimulus. Yesterday as well, we got some two opposing comments coming in. Nancy Pelosi on one hand said that negotiations are leading to a great progress. Well, on the other hand, we got a comment coming in from the senator saying that Senate Republicans are unlikely to support the $908 billion proposal. But amidst all of this, we had a new listing, and new listings are doing rather well. DoorDash was yesterday, the previous day, and yesterday it was Airbnb closing at $144 as against the issue price of $68. So that's a 112% jump, valuing Airbnb at around $100 billion. We talk about the disparity between micros and macros. Well, here's a macro data point coming in for you. The jobs, the initial jobless claims data coming in at 8,53,000 as against expectations of 7,30,000. A lot of queues across the Atlantic in the European markets as well. Most of them were mixed in terms of trade, but we will keep an eye out on the additional liquidity that has been doled out by the ECB, close to 500 billion euros, and that takes their total stimulus to over 1.75 trillion euros. We also have some data coming in from Brexit, where it is expected to come by over this weekend. The discussions are on. And finally, the UK GDP too slowed down in terms of growth in the month of October as against September. The one data point we're watching out for in India is oil, very close to $50 per barrel right now, the first time since March. And as a result of which, most of Asian markets right now are rather mixed. The dollar index a little benign, and the SGX Nifty indicates a mild positive start.
Okay, thank you very much, Mangalam, for putting all that on the radar. Now, over the next 24 hours, we are all going to worry about something else, and that would be the Brexit. That's when the deadline ends. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has weighed in on the trade deal with the European Union. He says he sees a strong possibility, his words, around the United Kingdom failing to strike a post-Brexit deal with the European Union. However, talks continue between the two sides, but the Prime Minister said that they were not yet there at all in securing a deal. Do remember, time is running out to reach an agreement before the UK stops following EU trade rules on the 31st of December. So this looks like it will go on till 31st December, 11:59.
It's really down to the wire on this one, as it were. We'll take a break on that note. We'll come back and get down to the micros, the stocks that you need to watch out for this Friday. The list is coming right up.